Welcome to Bridging Africa, where vision meets action and impact drives transformation. I'm Patricia Anson, your host, bringing you insightful conversations on policies, investments, and innovations that are shaping the future of Africa. Today's episode is on why invest in Africa. I have with me here today Wilfred Ajay Asare. He is an investment analyst and spends time analyzing investment opportunities in emerging markets, especially in Africa. From your experience and all the investment work that you are doing across the continent, what are some of the economic opportunities that you think Africa presents itself to investors?
I'll look at the opportunities in three different ways. We have the publicly available investment and the private investment as well, and then the alternative investment. So with the public investment, we've seen Africa is doing well in terms of its stock market. So we have the equity market and then the bond market. So potential investors who are looking to be able to diversify their investment can look into that aspect of as well. So if you go to South Africa, we have the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. If you go to Nigeria, we have the Nigerian Stock Exchange. If you come to Ghana, we have the Ghana Stock Exchange. So primarily, there are a lot of exchanges around which we can invest in. So I believe and I hope that in the future, there could be one exchange for the continent, which is something I'm hoping for. But I mean, for the meantime, while we have different countries, investors can invest in this public available investment. And when we also look at the private aspect of that, the private credit and the venture capital, and there's many innovation coming out of Africa, and a lot of people or a lot of this innovation need to scale up, but they're not having the opportunity to scale up. So it is a potential place for investors to look at, supporting startups and providing investment opportunities for these small businesses that are coming up in Africa. Some of these startups are unicorn, and they are going to be the next unicorn in the next 4 or 5 years, So that's what we need to look at. Investors have to be able to figure out which company or which startup will be the next unicorn and invest in. Then we can also talk about the other rare asset that people can invest in. Historically, we can see that Africa loves to trade, especially when you go to West Africa. Women like to do businesses a lot, and this calls for them to be able to build new buildings or new apartments so that they can be able to trade in. So investors can look in the real estate business, as well as there are more people moving from the rural areas to the urban cities. So that calls for people to be able to invest in this sector. And when we look at the renewable energy aspect, people are looking to be able to be more sustainable. So impact investing, we can invest in the gold mining, solar as well. So there are diverse opportunities that we can invest in Africa, but these are a few things that I can talk about. That is the public, the private, and then the renewable aspect of the continent.
And adding to your point, I think one area that Africa really needs to set up when it comes to education is also have an educational system that will aid the African growth, so that we have content that matches our needs.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you, because if you look at a report given by the United Nations Environment Program, 60% of African population are under age 25. And this calls for a huge investment in education. And we can't educate the youth so that they can be able to compete in the global world. So this education will come in with a huge investment, either in the technical, the informal, and artificial intelligence aspect as well, because it is a thing of the day. We cannot afford to not educate the youth in Africa. And when we don't educate these youth, it means that the future of Africa is going to be very bleak.